I'm on my way to a job right now. We'll see when we get there the problem. It sounds like another spring change. Door goes up a foot and stops. That's what they said on the phone. So as soon as I get there, I'll turn on the camera again. Okay, this is a broken spring on the garage door. If you can see up in between there, you can see it's got a broken spring between the door and here, right up in here. And possibly there's something wrong with the opener too. The lady is paying $1,295 and we're gonna give her 10% off of that. So it's gonna come to about $1,150. I don't know the numbers yet, but we've already agreed to the price and I'm gonna go ahead and start. Let me get the door closed. Okay, first thing we do, we will unwind the spring that's up there. Right now, if you can see it, it's got a broken spring right here. And this one still good, but it's same age as the other one. And they're about 13 years old. So we're just gonna go ahead and change both of them. I'll go ahead and start unwinding the spring. Let me get up here. You could some people say use a ratchet. They make comments all the time, but I don't think there's any reason to use a ratchet. It's all just people's preference. You see these little marks on the shaft here. That's where these set screws go into. And there's, you know, you don't want to over tighten it because you could crack this cone here. This is made out of like a pot steel. It's not like regular steel. So you don't want to keep tightening it because this part can crack. But as long as you just put enough pressure on it to when it hits the impact guns, these little impact guns here, they have a clutch in them. So when they hit, you know, the clutch kicks in. So you can't really over tighten them anyway. It'd be hard to over tighten. So we're taking all the tension off this spring and then we'll be able to take them apart. I've loosened these two bolts so we can pull them apart. You can see them right there. I'm wearing a GoPro. So I don't know if the camera's seeing it or not, but you just put the bolts somewhere where you can get to them even better. I like to take the springs apart when the drums are still set on the sides. These are the drums up here. This is where the cables wrap around. If you loosen the set screws on that, when you go to push this past the dents on the shaft up there, let me get up there and show you. Right here, if you look, this shaft, when you tighten these, makes this shaft turn oval, we'll just call it. It's not a circle like it's supposed to be anymore. So it's a rough spot. So if you loosen the drums first, when you go to push on this, the whole shaft will move. So I leave the set screws set on the drums while I separate these. And I just tap it over them. Once you get it over, it should just slide now. There it goes. So now, coming up here, now I can go over here. Like I said before, you can use a ratchet if you want. I don't think it's necessary. So we are loosening this one. Loosening this drum. There's the cable. Take it off. Move this over here. here. And you pull the whole shaft over. And now we got this one here. So we don't need that right now. We slide these off. Like I said before, these old set screw holes, they dent the shaft, then it won't go off. So you can just tap them over. Don't hit too hard, you'll break that drum. And then here, you can get the other half of the spring here, and you just take that off. That's one. You get the new spring right here. And you put it up here. Make sure when you're putting this up, you look at the end, because sometimes when they're color coded and they'll spray them wrong, and then you'll put a left on the right side or a right on the left side. Okay, move that down, pull that up, stick it in there. Go to the other side, do the same thing. You're gonna have the drum. This side comes off a little easier. Pull this spring on. Get this spring. You can see that this is red here. It's also white. White is normally the wire size. Red is what side it goes on. Although they do sell red springs, they try to color coat things now. They even do it on the drums. And then I usually don't want to go on the same spot as the old set screws. So I'm going to get my vice grip here, and I'm going to tighten this thing up, push it all the way against the drum. Just tighten it. Then get your vice grip ready. Make sure it's free down at the bottom here in between the door. And then you're gonna hook it into the groove here. See that groove? And then you're just gonna wind it with this hand here on the shaft. You're gonna wind it till it goes all the way around. And then as it winds here, make sure this is going in the first groove. Then you're gonna get a vice grip, and you're gonna pull on it and put the vice grip against the wall. And then that's the first cable. The first cable's on. You always start with the left side. Now you're gonna go over to this cable. Now you're gonna slide this down. You don't have to deal with those old set screw marks. Let's see. Then you're gonna spin this because you haven't tightened it yet, really. But on this one, I'm gonna need a ratchet. So I'm gonna come down here, get the ratchet. So get the socket for this. You can get a 7/16 12-point socket, I believe it is, for these. This is a 7/16 ratchet, but the points on them, there's 12 in there. So it'll fit right over a 3/8. This is a 3/8 square set screw. This one I can't reach yet. I could get an open end wrench, but you know, if I tighten it a little bit more, what I'm gonna do is when the door opens, I'll just tighten that one up with the impact. So then I go over here. Then I'm going to, here's the 9/16 socket. I always get more points in them because then you can put them on anywhere. Whoever put this bracket on, they put it on upside down. See the missing piece here? This piece normally goes here on the bottom. So when the top of the door goes up, it won't hit this area. But they put it on upside down. So we're gonna take that off, put that on over here. Now these are hitting the old set screw marks. You can see them right there. But you just want to tap them right here. Right on this little nipple is where you want to hit them, so you don't mess up the holes. There. Then down here, this side, same thing. Once they go past it, they'll slide on their own. And then come over here. I mean, this isn't really hard at all. Just knowing how to do it. So I normally put the bolts, these bolts through, so you can still get to the lags in the wall. And I get that one started. This is all backwards. This should be going the other way, but it's been working like this for all these years. They got lucky and it didn't hit. If it hit the top here, they wouldn't even be able to flatten it over, because what you can do is you could flatten it over with your hammer. But this guy probably didn't know what he was doing back then. Didn't even know why he was doing it. So, but it'll still go up. Just when you do this, it's better to know why you're doing it. Now, we get the wind-up bars. Over here, we're gonna start on the first spring. This is a 7 high door. So we're gonna put 30 pulls on it. 7 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 28, plus 2 for half a turn, it's 30. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 30. I'm gonna go 31. I can get to at least one of them. It's not gonna matter 31 or 30 really. Gotta make it easy. Either that or that. And you can pull your bar out and it'll stay. Now we go to the next one. 1. 15. You can actually count these lines too on the spring, but I just count them. I can't help it. 30. I'll go 31. That way I can get through them. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. No, I can get to this one. Man, it's floating there. I'll just go up and Since my battery's dying on that, I'll just go up here now. Tighten this one down. That's it. We're basically done now with the spring change. This door should open up pretty good. Is the door opening now? Easy peasy. Closing now. Will spring change. This arm is wrong. I'm going to tell her if she wants me to change it. But looks like the arm is put on. Let's see. Okay. Try it with the opener now. Still a little bit off the ground there. Maybe they wanted it off the ground. I don't think it'll go any farther because of how straight the arm is. So, hello?
Yeah.
Did you always have the door a little bit off the ground like that?
Maybe a little bit.
Because the arm is not put on right.
Yeah.
This arm over here,
Yeah.
it won't allow it to go any farther because it's so straight. It's supposed to be at a 45.
Yeah.
So that it's able to push until it, when it hits the ground, it pushes a little tighter to the ground.
Right.
But
That's fine.
leave it like that.
Nothing you can do about it anyway.
No, I
right?
can adjust the arm and do all that, but
Yeah. No.
it actually it opens up really easy too.
Pardon?
It opens up really easy now too.
Yeah.
So you probably couldn't open it before.
Yeah.
So if you pull this down, you can open this down.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
So after you do that, how do you reattach it?
You just pull towards the door like this,
Huh?
and then that'll click it. Pulling it the other way holds it out.
Right.
And
Right.
pulling
It's
the
just
other-
like lines. Like, yeah.
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 Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Never thought of it like that, huh? But then that thing will travel. So there's nothing wrong with your opener.
Yeah.
It was all in the thing. Maybe it was jamming. Cause that arm,
Yeah.
before I set it, this thing was all the way forward. Like, it was all the way into that. See, like that? See, now it's going forward.
Right.
And I think what it was doing, it was jamming against that. And so it didn't know what direction to go.
Yeah.
It was humming. You heard humming?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it does when it, see that bolt on the very back of the rail?
Yeah.
This thing right here?
Yeah.
That thing?
Yeah.
They put that there in case it ever overrides the limit. It won't crash into the motor.
Right.
It'll hit that bolt.
Right.
Sometimes it does that. If you set the limits wrong, it'll hit that and it'll hum.
I see.
So this, if
I'm
you,
glad it's opener's fine.
yeah. This is the check for the job I just did for 2 springs. And this is the invoice. I gave it 10% off. It was $12.95. Torsion springs. It was on $2.18. So you had a 10% discount. If you want to get in this business, I highly recommend this garage door trade. There's not enough of us doing it, and there's tons of money to be made in it. I can imagine why people haven't, flooded into this market, because a lot of people are making a lot of money doing this stuff. I know one guy, he's making between $25,000 and $40,000 every day. I know 2 guys I know that are making this every single day, and he's not even working. He has other guys doing everything. He had people answering the phone. Anyway, so these guys are making millions every year doing this stuff. They're making $5-6 million a year, and basically they're just doing repairs. You can do installs too. You do have to install a door once in a while when people recommend the door's not repairable when you get there, and they say, why don't you just put a new one in, and you got to install a new door. But that's just more money for you. I try to keep to the repairs because I've been doing it so long that I just try to repair doors. I go in and out and I make the money. I don't like to be on a job very long. That's another thing too. The longest you're going to be in a job, even if you have to install a door, is 4 hours. Right around 4 hours, you're going to be in and out. And you don't have to go back the next day. You don't have to do all that stuff like other trades. You have to be there for weeks or months at a time. You don't have to do that. Can you imagine being a painter? You got to go there and you got to set everything up and keep going back there every day. Here, you're in and out and you already got paid. You don't have to wait till the end of the job and wait weeks to get paid. You're done every day. 15, 20 minutes later, you're getting a check. I mean, if you multiply that by 30 days out of the month, I mean, you're going to be $30,000 a month. That's a slow day. I mean, you can easily make $2,000 to $3,000 every day in this business. So if you figure you make $2,500 a day, that's over $1 million a year you're making. And this is what you could do if you get into the garage door business. I mean, people are calling every day. Their garage won't open, the cable broke, the spring broke. People are always wanting their door fixed. They're backing into their doors. They comes off the track. The doors fall off the track. So if you guys want to learn this business, we have a great opportunity for anybody. Even women can do this. It's not a heavy job. It's basically working with your hands at eye level, most of the stuff. You're not reaching, you're not kneeling down. Maybe once in a while you might have to, but the majority of the time you're on your feet. Everything is within reach of you. It's not a strenuous job at all. It's better to be in shape, but I mean, anyone can do it. Not that I'm in good shape, but if I can do it, you can do it. This, you immediately start making money right away. The customer doesn't know how long you've been doing it. You get certified, you show up to their house, you're the pro, you're the expert, they're happy to see you. They'll pay you basically anything you want. They just want to get their door fixed and working again, and they want to either get their car out or they want to go to work or whatever the situation is. They always are happy to see you. So get involved. Sign up, garagedoortrainingschool.com. You can get certified. Once you're certified, you'll have the knowledge, you'll have the confidence to go do this kind of repairs. You're not going to get it by sitting there on the couch, and nobody's going to teach you. I wouldn't take you out to teach you how to do this business, and you're not going to know anything. And most people that do piecework, they just don't want to drive around with someone all day teaching them. And most of the time, the person ends up quitting and doing the work for themselves. I'd feel like I was wasting my time the same way everybody else does. So I'm telling you, this is the best opportunity for anybody looking to make a lot of money doing basically a specialty trade job where not everybody can do it. If you learn this trade, you're going to be definitely getting calls. If you advertise with Angie's List or you send out any type of flyers, you're going to be getting calls. It's not whether I might get calls. You will get calls. And a lot of garage door companies, when they know you do it, they're going to run into you when you're picking up parts, or they're going to see your truck when it has the lettering on it, or they're going to ask you if you hang doors or you repair, can you work for them? You're going to be getting approached by everybody you see. So you'll see it's kind of weird. You're going to all of a sudden be a popular guy once they know you do garage door. And you'll be calling me and thanking me that you listened to this commercial. And everything I'm telling you right now, you're going to say is absolutely the truth. I can't even get out of this business. It's so good. Well, I've been doing it almost 40 years. I'm still doing it. If a business is good, you stay in it. I mean, my spare time, I'd rather go make money. So, and I'm telling you, if it was hard, I wouldn't be doing this today on a Saturday. So it's not hard, and there's good money. If I can go make $1,200 to $1,500 in 20 minutes work, I'm going to go do it. I mean, rather than sitting around, it's almost like, why retire? So I'd rather do this than to sit around. This is more rewarding for me. I actually like repairing garage doors, believe it or not. So anyway, you guys need to pay attention to what I'm telling you, because a business like this, there's really none out there. We've tried to think of any business. We've sat down and tried to think any business that pays like this, is this quick, and it fulfills every need that you want in a business. Everything is good about it. You get paid on every job right away, good money. There's a lot of work. It's easy. You back right up to the door. You don't have to go upstairs or, crawl under houses or go up on the roof. You don't have to work in the rain. Everything about this business is a positive. Garage door never slows down. Garage door repairs. There's every day, it's the same thing. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's winter, summer, night, day. Springs are breaking every time you open the door. Springs are breaking all over. Like, since I've been talking, just in this one area I'm in right now, probably 20 springs broke. They all need to be repaired. You can learn this business, in 30 days, you could be in business. You can get your business license, you can get the accreditation, you can get the experience. If you already have a truck, I don't know if you have a truck, you can use a van, whatever you want to use. And you can be in business in 30 days making this kind of money. This business is a gold mine, and nobody will tell you about it because they're all making so much money in it, they don't want you to know about it. But I'm telling you, this is a hidden jewel that nobody's going to ever tell you about. You just need to learn how to, work with the cables and the springs, which to a layman person, they sound complicated. They look dangerous and all that. But once you know this stuff, it's like I could do this in the dark. I've actually done them in the dark. People have a power failure sometimes. They've had a power failure in the rain. And I'm in the garage and the lights go out and I can still wind the springs, I know where everything is. It's like dancing. I don't even have to think. I have women all the time, they try to call their handyman. And I've had the same thing said to me over and over by women especially. They say, oh, I called my handyman, but he didn't want to touch it. He doesn't know how to work on garage doors. So they recommended calling a garage door guy. Nobody really knows how to work on these. Even contractors, they will try every part of the house. They'll sheetrock, they'll put in the ovens, they'll run the electrical, they'll build the foundations, they'll frame up, they'll put in the interior doors, the front doors. But when it comes to the garage door, never will they do it. They're going to always call a garage door guy because even they don't want to mess with the springs or the cables and all that. So you are a specialty trade that almost like an elevator guy. You know it goes up and down, but you would never try to attempt to put one in case you did something wrong. It's the same thing with the garage doors. They don't understand them enough. They'd rather have a professional go out there and deal with it. It's the same thing with homeowners. 9 out of 10 homeowners don't even know who to call. I mean, when they find you and they Google you or they have a coupon, they see you do it and their door's not working good or their door breaks, they remember they have the coupon or they look you up and you're online there, they're going to call you. You're going to be happy they got a hold of someone because they didn't know who to call, or you get recommended. I'm telling you, garage doors is the best specialty trade, and there's a lot of business in it. Don't waste your time on these other businesses. You spend $40,000-$50,000 to go get accredited by an HVAC school, and then you got to start from the bottom, and you're basically going to be an apprentice working with somebody. I mean, you don't make any money in that, but you're going to be 20 years by the time you make any money. If you don't get in this business and you go try to be an electrician or you're totally doing the wrong thing. You need to get in the garage door business. If you get in this business, I'm telling you, you'll be sleeping every day you wake up. You're going to have new calls, people calling you every day. Their door won't open, their spring broke, their door came off the track. A lot of people leave the hatchback of their SUVs open and they forget to close them and they back up and the hatchback catches onto the bottom panel because the door's open and it pulls the door off the track and the door's hanging there. I mean, that's a $1,500 call. Where I do them at. Whenever I go to a job and it's hanging there like that, they know it's going to cost a lot of money when you get there. I mean, I normally start around $1,500 to get it back on track in that position. Now, I can do that job literally in about 10 minutes. I mean, I do more to it, so it doesn't look like it was a quick job, but the fact of the matter, if I really wanted to get that job done, I can knock it out in 10, 15 minutes and I'd be done with that job. But I go through the whole door when I'm charging that kind of money. I make sure everything's straight, and I kind of service the door or make sure it's not going to happen again. So anyway, sign up, www.garagedoortrainingschool.com. You see, you can make this back in, one call or 2 calls. You can make that tuition fee back. You go to college, you're going to be in there for 6 years. You're going to owe, when you get out, probably $50,000 to $100,000. You go take an HVAC school, you're going to have to learn all this stuff that you're not even going to retain when you get out in the real world. You're going to have to get job experience too. And you're going to be $50,000 in the hole on that. None of those other trades where you got to bill people and you're basically working for them and waiting for your money. So this trade, nothing compares to the garage door repair business. It's the best business to be in. The only way you're going to really learn this the right way is to get online and sign up for that class. At the end, you'll get a certification with your name and everything on it. You'll also learn the most common repairs. You'll learn how to hang a door, hang an opener. You'll learn every type of thing there is that comes up in the garage door industry, like jobs I'm going on today. Sign up, garagedoortrainingschool.com. You can get certified.